Welcome back, guys. Tyson here. But you can tell by the thumbnail, we got something a little different for you. Just picked this up. So this is a 1989 CR500R Honda. I've always wanted one of these 500 two-strokes, because from what I've never ridden one, but from what I've heard, they're just straight beasts, you know what I mean? They're ridiculously powerful, pretty fast. The weight still seems relatively comparable to the bikes today. Ultimately, what I'd like to do is do the, what do you call it? The frame swap. So basically take that motor and put it in a newer Honda frame. But we'll see how it goes. My plans for this right now is I just want to get it running and riding just to kind of see how it does and see what shape the motor's in and the suspension and feel the bike out. You know, if it's something that I want to restore this one or actually go ahead and do the frame swap. But yeah, so you can tell it's a little crispy. I mean, this is the clutch lever, or what's left of it. The kill switch, what's left of it. It's pretty rough. I got it for a pretty good price. I think I paid $1,500 on the nose for it. So it's a decent price. It's in my price range. It's what I can afford and it's what I like. So I went for it. I drove out to Phoenix, picked it up, and brought it back. But yeah, what I'm going to do today is basically just start tearing it down a little bit. The front end here, I think I'm going to try and get the seat off, get the tank off, these little guards obviously, and then I'll see what I want to do with the radiators. I need to get this replaced. I have a new one, grips. I have a new kill switch, but there's no spark. When I got a new spark plug for it, tried it in here, you know, grounded it out, kicked it. I even tried it without grounding it, even though I don't think it worked, but whatever. I tried it. I got nothing. No spark. So it's got a spark issue, which is what the guy told me when he sold it to me, so I was aware of that. So I think I'm going to get the stator, try and look at the stator. Once I pull all this stuff off, I can look at the little ignition, the CDI and stuff, and kind of see what I'm dealing with. I'm not super familiar with dirt bikes, so I'm going to learn as I go with this one, and we'll take you guys along for the ride. But for now, I'm going to just try and get to some of the basic stuff. I just wanted to introduce you guys to the bike so you could see just a different kind of project we're working on. I'd love to take this thing to Glamis with the paddle tire maybe this year. Maybe before I do the swap, we'll see. Because I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with the, when I'm going to do the swap, but we'll see. I have a big project coming up. That's another little project over there in the corner. 2003 R6. I bought brand new in 2003. Back when I was just a pup. So I want to get that thing back on the road. But I have a giant project. That's part of it right there. I'll give you guys just a little taste before I do the intro video. Oh, that's it. All right, so before I start that, I just wanted to get this thing going because, I mean, that project's going to take up the whole garage pretty much once I get it all separated out and stuff and start messing around. And then this will give me something to play with in the meantime, just to screw around with and have fun on the weekends and, well, even during the weekdays, I don't care, but whatever. So yeah, I'm going to get it torn down and we'll take a look at it and I'll take you guys along for the ride. Real quick, I'll take you over here and show you what we got for the bike to hopefully get done today and then kind of see how far we get. So I got some grips. This is a new kill switch. Like I said, with the electrical system, I'm not sure I'm going to go ahead and wire that in, but at least get it, you know, stuck on the handlebar and whatnot. New spark plug, obviously later when we get the electrical stuff sorted out. Clutch lever. Grip glue. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright guys, as you can see, I got my lever good here. Might have to adjust that once I get it running to kind of see, you know, how the cable does. I got my kill switch, I think, where I want it. You know, when I'm normally riding. Whatever. This may actually need to come down a little bit, but I'll adjust that. This is pretty good. So yeah, should be good to go on those. Get these grips worked out, and then I'll start tearing it apart. Alright guys, got those cleaned off. If it'll focus, there we go. Just use a little automotive parts cleaner. Got that one taken care of. And this one's good to go as well. I don't know if you can see the lighting situation isn't the greatest back here, but should be good to go. So it's got to glue up, put some glue on the other ones, the new ones. That'll be one less thing to do. Get her blown apart and we'll see what's up. Alright guys, you can see got the grips on finally. Man, that throttle, whew, that one was a, try and keep this PG, that was tough to put on. Let's put it like that. The only other thing I could say was, you know, just glue on the bar and then a little bit on the inside. And also try and keep something on the ground like that to catch all the glue that runs. You know, if you care about your garage floor, if not, then whatever, but. Alright, so we got the grips. The lever, kill switch. Like I said, I'm not going to wire it up yet till I see what's going on with the electronics in here, so let's keep moving. Alright guys, time to get the tank off. I believe it's just, I don't know if you can see that, but there's this guy here, and then the same thing on the other side, but this is a different bolt. So I'm assuming that's a, you know, someone improvised and made their own thing there. So I need to get that, those two bolts, and then I believe I can just pull this off. Hopefully this valve will keep it closed. There may be a little bit of gas in here, so I'll just put it, trying to slide off in like a Gatorade bottle or something. Whatever I got laying around here, and hopefully that will solve my issue of getting the rest of the tank off. I can't really see where else it's connected. You know, nothing obvious, so I'll get with this, get those off, and then we can go ahead and let this flow. Alright guys, so you can see my fears were confirmed. That does not look like a factory bolt. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. That just looks like a wood screw, a giant one at that. I'm guessing this is the factory bolt over here. So there's no telling what's going on in this poor thing. Yeah, that one still looks pretty factory threaded. I don't know if you can tell. This one over here obviously has been just boogered way out. That is no bueno, but it is what it is. So, as you can see, this thing is, looks like she has seen better days. And these electronics, connections don't look horrible. I mean, they don't look great, but I mean, considering the age, I would say they look decent. This goes, yeah, from what I can tell, it's not horrible. I'm just trying to see where exactly where my little my kill switch goes. This is the old one right here, which, as you can clearly see, is just toast. So that just runs down into the I don't even know what that's called. This guy here. Alright, so I'm probably going to have to do some splicing, maybe do some butt splices with some heat shrink or something to get that new kill switch wired in. But I think in order to get to that, I'm probably going to have to take these radiators off too, which I'm a little nervous about because there's some, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a little bit of fluid on here, so it's already leaking something. And it has a green tint to it, so I'm guessing it's antifreeze of some sort. So yeah, next step is probably figuring out how to get these radiators off. What I need to do is start taking some pictures of this thing just so I see how all this stuff goes together and, you know, how it should look. So when I put it all back together, if I ever have questions, like, excuse me, I can just refer to my pictures. But this video is also a good tool as well. If you got a little camera on your phone, which most people do nowadays, just take a good video of all this crap and you should be able to pause it and see exactly what you need to see, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, let me figure out how to deal with these radiators the best way not to get liquid all over the place and drain them. And then, see, even that looks a little suspect there, that weld. Let's look at the other side. I don't know. Not too sure about those. But like I said, I just want this thing to run for a little bit till I swap it out probably. And we'll be good to go. So yeah, let me get going on those radiators and we'll keep moving. Alright, so we're getting ready to pull these radiators off. I think I got everything somewhat loose. You know, the hoses and whatnot. These, I just got to get the spark plug back in here to make sure I keep the crap out of there. But outside of that, I think I just got to pull this guy out. You know, actually pull it up and around. I think I can leave these, sorry, this guy here. But it should be just these two bolts here, and that's 1, 2. Basically the same thing on the other side. Pull it out around from the bar there, and I got my pan down here because I'm assuming it's going to make a mess, so let's see how it goes. Okay, so we got the, what do you call those things, the radiators off. Screwdriver out of the way there. So that's them, and that's the cleaned up area. I just have this little plastic bag over here trying to, piece of plastic, cover that stuff up to a degree. I don't really think anything's gonna get in there, but there you go. It's old 1989 technology at its finest. So we just have to get this cover off, and then hopefully I can get to the stator. Okay, so we got the flywheel off. And this little thing was just loosely kind of covering this. And as you can see, that little, where my finger is right there, that little screw in there. Probably not a good thing. This thing has loose screws in it. This one here is like loose. It doesn't even come all the way through. Or actually that one does, this one doesn't down here. That one's deep in there, and I'm assuming one of those is the one that broke off. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is just, I found a kit from, I believe it's Regulator Rectifiers, that it has the stator, the CDI, and then the ignition coil as well. And it all gets installed as a unit, and it has a new flywheel as well, which I'm having trouble finding the regular OEM one. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and order that kit, and then once I get that in, we'll get it all buttoned back up, and hopefully it'll fire. At that point we can put some gas and some spark to it and see what happens. But I'm going to go ahead and end that one off here. Like I said, this one's a little different. Quick update on Gordon. It's the transmission was acting like basically like a clutch slip issue, so we pulled that transmission Saturday night, and we're gonna have it rebuilt, put it back in, and hopefully Gordon will be back on the road. We still got a few more videos coming on that with the tuning and stuff, like I said, so stay tuned for that. The dirt bike here is gonna be coming up, and that, like I said, you guys have probably seen this thing in the background, I'm sure. You know, those of you who've been watching for any amount of time have probably seen that. So that thing's coming up as well. I'm starting to order parts for that. Get that body separated from the frame and get that straightened out and get that going, man. So yeah, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, and we appreciate it as always.